Howdy folks, welcome back to Killer Film Reviews. I am just recording a quick vid for Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and what better ship to showcase that than North Carolina here, with King Kong on it. So this film pretty much was one of the few films that I actually wanted to go see because there's been so many terrible ones out there that just focus on adult themes versus actual plot. I will say, plot pretty straightforward. Basically, have Noah, this descendant of Caesar sorts. We don't know for sure that he's descendant of Caesar, but based on how he looks, it's pretty obvious he's descendant of Caesar from the first three films. Basically goes on a quest to try to find out what happened with his family. Not giving too much away. The general tone of the story, great. I had no problems with the beats that they're throwing down. They basically go over how humans who were exposed to the virus in the previous film were turned into these creatures called echoes, which can't speak at all, and are really just kind of like a remnant sort of species in a sense of humans. And the whole entire film kind of focuses on the ideas of family and kind of cooperation and friendship for most of it, but there is a lot of distrust between the humans and the apes for obvious reasons. And it kind of just stems from the fact that the apes find old books that depict them in cages in one part of the movie. And there's the orgaton, I'll say his name is Raka, that basically kind of tries to tell him, hey, it wasn't always like this, humans and apes live side by side. But Noah doesn't quite believe Raka at first. So, but pretty much, they're like in I want to say a ruined part of a major American city. I can't quite tell if it's New York or not, but it's like a mural on the wall in the film. You'll kind of see it when you get to that part. You'll know what I'm talking about. Just kind of depicts normal, everyday human life, in a sense. And it really just kind of displays this whole ape versus ape conflict a little bit, with the ape with this Proximus ape wanting to get into, this is going to lead to spoiler territory here, so you've been warned, wanting to get into some kind of vault that has technology in it from the humans, and he wants to get into it badly. But his way of doing it is basically make a bunch of apes pull chains and setting off some kind of flame charges to kind of smelt the door so we can get inside. It's kind of his dealio. Honestly, I thought that this film was a nice 8 out of 10, a nice good change of pace. Now, I was gonna go see that Challengers film before I read the Parents Guide for it and was turned off by it, and I was like, nope, not seeing it because of this, this, and this. Obviously, don't read the Parents Guide unless you're of age and are an adult, of course, for obvious reasons. I do list in the channel description, after all, that this channel is meant for those that are 18 and older, and not for kids to be watching. I do try to make that relatively clear. And do I honestly think that this film had any shortcomings? Maybe, but not really. I mean, it kind of really picks off right from where the last one left off. You obviously don't get a lot of dialogue for obvious reasons, but kind of picks up right from where the last one left off. Them kind of, again, this little spoiler for those that have not seen the previous films. Major character dies. Obviously, that major character is those who watch the films. I'm trying to do this thing where I'm not giving away too much of plots anymore. Kind of trying to focus on things at least that are non-spoiler whenever I can. I would say that this is going to be a really good series from where it's heading, and it's going in a good direction. Unlike the Disney Star Wars or Disney Marvel franchises, which seem to be stuck pounding sand at the moment because they haven't had any good releases in a while. In all fairness, their whole Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool 3, however you want to call it, that's probably going to earn them big box office money. But time will tell if they don't try to do some other stuff with it that really ruins the plot of the film there. And I think it's all going to just depend on whoever the director is and whoever's really guiding the film forward. Because I feel that too many films these days are loaded with agendas designed to make you think a certain way or another, which I don't agree with. I feel like you should be able to have full openness. You should be able to figure out what you want to see in a film, pretty much. You shouldn't have films try to influence you one way or the other, unless it's something of a social cause, of course, such as No More Wars or something like that, for combating poverty. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the whole messages left and right and all that. You get the drift. No, I'm just getting a little off track here. What is this thing? New Soviet cruiser with air. But besides the point, was the film a 10 out of 10? No, it was like an 8 out of 10 for me. I felt like they could have done better in the areas of just kind of building a couple more ties into the film that explain what happened to Caesar's line. That's what I wish that they would do, but that's besides the point. It's one of the few films out there that doesn't try to push an agenda, and the other one is the Godzilla and Kong film as well, which hopefully I can just catch when it hits streaming, as I'm sure by the time I get to go see a movie again, it's going to be out of theaters again. But definitely look for more of those indie films, as they tend to be more balanced. They don't tend to have no agendas or anything like that, without getting too much in that territory. Thank you for watching this little killer film review, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day or evening.